Yep. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Eggheads DFS podcast for January 19th. Dan Walker, I've got Chris and me. What's up, man?
What's going on, dude?
Just trying to get some stuff set up. We had a fun few hours, I guess, this morning, you could say, of setting up the Slack channel and, just basically trying to get everything in order and start this thing, getting going. And you had we both did, but you had a pretty good night last night with the windmill, the $100, the 2 entry. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
What'd you take first? And I don't know, like sixth or
Six.
seventh or something.
Yeah, first and
Yeah.
sixth. So pretty exciting. A lot of late night hammers, with the Towns play, kind of, the Towns and Mute and Tucker really kind of carried me through on the later games. And yeah, man, excited to win.
Yeah.
Won by like 20 points. So
Yeah, huge. Yeah. Yeah, and you won. You had Rozier in that lineup.
not in that one. In the other one I did, in the 260 one.
In the one that got six, though, right?
Yeah, it had Rozier. Yeah, so he kind of, man, if he would have just kind of hit value, I probably would have finished first and second in hands down in both of those. But he didn't. But that's DFS. But I'm excited, man. It was a good night. It was a good sweat. You know, entries come kind of from way far behind to win it. So
yeah. I mean, hockey for me did really, really well, and NBA. Can't complain. Pretty good night overall. Let's jump into tonight. 7-gamer here, it looks like.
Yep.
And I think we've got some picks we want to pull up. So tonight's slate is weird. I was looking at it. We were talking about it. I don't love a lot of plays tonight. There's nobody over 10K, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what the roster construction for me is going to be when I put this together. It might end up being I might have three or four 7 to 8K players rather than one 9,700 or 9,500 and then around that. But it's Friday. Crazy stuff happens on Friday. I'm already seeing a bunch of news come out for tomorrow's slate, which is awesome. Thank you for that stuff. So I'll start us off a little bit on this. I'm gonna bring up your boy that you wanted me to put in here, and I'll kind of let you talk about him. But with a slate like this and limited high priced options, you've got some interest in John Wall tonight. And even though he had 31 points last game in a blowout, which was unfortunate, you like him here, it seems.
Well, yeah, man. I think if I am going to pay up anywhere tonight for that high of a price guy, it's probably going to be John Wall. You get double upside. If they don't blow him out, the game's going to be, if it's relatively close, he's going to get the value, man. He's probably going to be pretty low owned too, unless we get some other news coming in. So that's kind of why I like it. I kind of like it more for a GPP play, just because I don't know what I'm going to get out of him. And we know who he's going up against, right? He's playing Detroit, and we know what Detroit does, right? One night, Detroit can stay in the game. They can play all 4 quarters. The next night, they can get blown out. That's my only real fear right now with John Wall is actually the team he's playing against.
Yeah.
What is the Pistons going to do tonight?
Yeah, they're the worst.
They're the worst. I mean, they really are. And we've been on the wrong side of it before with them. They just don't show up at nights. But I mean, if I'm going to pay up anywhere, especially in the GPP tonight, it's going to be John Wall. I know you said last.
Yeah,
game,
I like that. Yeah,
like last game, obviously, it was a blowout, so he didn't get the value. But man, other than that, dude, he's been a model for consistency. I mean, he really has been since the new year. He's probably been a top 5 DFS consistent player, if not number one. This dude just exceeds value night after night after night, like I've never seen before. And when he doesn't exceed value, it's one reason. It's a blowout.
Yeah.
Every single one of his games this season.
Exactly.
If you look back at all his game logs, the Nets, the Magic, the Rockets, the Hawks look like it could have been a blowout, but any of those games, he didn't get the value. it was all blowouts. So you're telling me that if this game stays close, dude, John Wall is going to smash if that's the case. But it could be more GPP play, to be honest.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we'll end up doing here. I like him for cash. Just if you're gonna pay up for someone, you're gonna hope to get something, I guess, back in return if you're paying up, right? I think. Well, I like him here. I mean, there's some good options at top. We talked about Jokic, we talked about Drummond, we talked about Oladipo a little bit offline.
Yeah.
I could go a lot of different ways here. I think cash. I think a lot of people are going to go like Goran Dragic, who's in a good matchup against Miami or Brooklyn. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think that'll probably be. I would think that's probably where people are going to go. But I'll be curious to see what they end up doing as far as the ownership. But yeah, I agree. If you don't go him in cash, I would throw him in a single entry GPP for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was running a mass, I don't know if I'd have a lot of them. But if you were doing like a 3-entry max, $33, yeah, I'd throw him in one for sure. And I like John Wall, so I'm kind of a little biased here on that, but. Yeah, the matchup is decent. Detroit's not horrible against point guards. They're kind of middle of the road.
Yeah.
But they're worse with Ish Smith playing point guard. So they were better when Reggie Jackson. Well, numbers wise, they were better with Reggie Jackson playing. So, I like that pick, and I don't. I could see you get some good things from him tonight for sure. So
yeah, to kind of piggyback off your your Dragic. He'll probably be one of the higher owned point guards, don't you think, tonight? I mean, like you said,
I think so.
He gets Brooklyn. There's no Tyler Johnson.
Yeah.
Yep. This dude is just he's been playing pretty good basketball too as of late.
He has. So. Yeah, he has. And the one thing I said before we got on here was I played him against Brooklyn the last time when they lost by 30 or whatever, and he so recency bias, I don't like him tonight. But in DFS, sometimes you play the matchups. Brooklyn's, I think, I was just looking at point guards, last 5 or whatever it might be, and I think Brooklyn's the worst in basketball against point guards, and last 10 they're 6th. So, Dinwiddie's not playing defense as the season goes on, but yeah, I think he'll be the cash play tonight, just because he's in a good spot. His price is up on DK as far as from when it was, a couple weeks ago or a week.
7,500 now.
Yeah. But I like the Wall call, I really do, and I didn't mean to rhyme there on purpose. But, let's move in. We'll go through these a little quicker today. We're time constrained a little bit on a Friday. We got personal lives too, so. I'll bring up Mario Chalmers. So this play is extremely dependent on if Harrison misses the game.
Yep.
So, Chalmers saw some run last game, and Harrison played that game, but he would come in, like Harrison played like 4 minutes, and then Chalmers would come in, and then Harrison would come back in, and then I don't know what they were doing there. I don't know if they were trying to get a spark or just trying to see what would happen there, but Tyreek kind of ran that game with no Gasol. But I believe Gasol's expected to play tonight.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Which I actually like if Harrison's out. I like for Chalmers because they do have a pretty nice, I guess, rhythm together since they played together for a while. And I don't know if Chalmers is out of the doghouse. I think there was a few games there where he legit didn't play or wouldn't play at all or that much. So I think he's back. I think at that price, if Harrison's out, I'd probably take a risk on him and hope he sees 25 minutes and gets you 20 DK points like he did when he was playing with Harrison in last game. So we need some value tonight because there's a lot of good plays and some good spots. But he would probably jump to the top for me if Harrison's out, and I'd probably just roll with him because Sacramento's I'm not afraid of Sacramento against point guards. They rank 3rd worst against point guards, I believe. So,
I like that.
3rd worst.
Like you said, he's a great salary relief. I think he's 3,800 right tonight. So or 36.
Yeah, 36.
So even a little bit better. The big thing is though you got to get the news on Harrison before you can play him because even though the minutes are sort of consistent, I just wouldn't probably go there for cash unless we got word that he's out.
No, yeah. And I think we do get that news because they gave it to us. They gave it to us the last game, like 2-3 hours before the game, and they're in Memphis, so it's an 8 p.m. game, so it's not like they're 10:30 in Sacramento. So I like it.
Yeah, he's everything will jump up for him tonight, and if you're looking to get two studs in your lineup, it's really possible if you put him in at your point guard position tonight, or at least the guard position, you can really kind of pay up at other spots, which is really nice for this kind of slate. So
and all
that news for sure.
Yeah, and I was just gonna quick note pivot off that. If Harrison does play, Harrison's worth a look too. If his shoulder's fine against Sacramento, I know he was in and out last game. I probably wouldn't play him in cash. I know some people did the other night, but yeah, if Harrison's out, I'm probably going to look Chalmers pretty closely just because he's so cheap. And right now, I don't see a ton of value. But yeah, I like it tonight if Harrison's out. Yeah.
I'd be surprised if Harrison plays. I mean,
I would too. Yeah, I really would.
Yeah, but you don't ever know. And just like I said, just pay attention. Look out for that news because he's going to be in a good spot if Harrison is out. And yeah, I'd lock him in your cash games, if that actually does happen. So. I guess for us from point guard, it's we got Chalmers, Dragic, and kind of John Wall, I guess, are the kind of guys that we sort of
I just want to point out I do like Tyreek Evans in the revenge game back in Sacramento. Dude, I'm a big revenge guy, especially this one. But even with Gasol playing, I think he's a good play. I don't know if he's 8,800 in cash a good play, but I could really see, I could see him doing well here. So
yeah.
I like it.
That's a good call.
And then next guy up, Will Barton. I'm not going to spend more than a minute talking about Will Barton. Price went up. I get it. Phoenix is a great matchup. He's starting. I think he's supposed to start again. Plumlee's not going to be starting, I thought I saw, so he'll probably start again. I don't really know what to say here, man. He's a great athlete. He shoots a lot. Great matchup. Yeah. Price is up, but on this slate, looking at the options, I think he's kind of a slam dunk. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get to him pretty easy. I mean, I think, looking all around the industry, he's going to be the highest owned player on the slate. I mean, at least, at 2:30 in the afternoon, he's going to be. So, for cash games, we got to play that. We don't want to be on the wrong side of Will Barton.
He goes out yes.
He goes out and goes for 40 or 45. You're going to be in trouble with that. So, and the good thing we always talk about Will Barton, you got the small forward shooting guard eligibility on DraftKings. So nice flex right there. I mean, great matchup against Phoenix, like you already said. We're wasting time talking about him. Just plug Will Barton and move on.
Yeah, and the next guy, a lot of these picks today for me are matchup based, right? So Aldridge, not so much the matchup. Toronto's actually not great against power forwards, as I was kind of looking at the numbers a little deeper, but no Kawhi, Aldridge, all the usage. His usage rate is insane, and he's only 86. I thought I'd probably see him at 9K when I opened it this morning, just because they knew Kawhi is going to be out for a while. Consistency with no Kawhi. You're looking at 46, 55, 50, 44, 48, 51. So I like it here. I don't like the pace Toronto plays a lot, and I don't like the pace San Antonio plays. But maybe this turns into a half court game, and him and Ibaka are playing, and
if it turns into a half court game, that's good for Aldridge, and if they're going to win this game, it's going to be because of him. Like you said, the usage is just insane.
It is. It really is.
His minutes are pretty secure. He probably has on the slate. If I look at this real fast, just bear with me for a second. Yeah, he's not even close. His usage rate is the highest on the slate tonight. We talk a lot about
what's his rate
at? His usage rate?
Yeah.
Like 33.
Yeah, that's absurd. Yeah.
So we talk about usage a lot, right? And when we do these podcasts, we talk about minutes on the floor because that's all equivalent to the possibility of our players getting, obviously points. So, dude, again, as of right now, 2:30 in the afternoon, he's I think you got to put him in your cash lineup and just kind of move on.
Yep,
just because of that usage rate alone is it's insane. So
Yep, I think so too. And then the last guy, I'm on the fence at center tonight. I might even end up just playing Aldridge at my center position, but there's some good centers and some really good spots. Pick on Brooklyn. They're the worst against centers. Whiteside has been absolutely like dominant in great matchups. So I could see him doing well here. If the game is close, I really like it. He put up 32 on him in 20 minutes when he was coming back from that injury. So if he gets his 32 minutes that he saw against Milwaukee, I really like it. The one thing I worry about a little bit here, and I've seen with Brooklyn, is a lot of times, man, they will go small, and Miami does have the ability to go small by playing like Winslow at the 4 if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll do that tonight because Zeller's playing and they've got Jared Allen as well. But his price went up $1,000. So, I get it if you're hesitant because he needs, let's say 42 and a half, 42 to hit value.
Yeah.
I just think, the matchup, Brooklyn's worse against centers. So he popped in my eyes when I always look up in the morning, who do the Cavs play and who does Brooklyn play?
Yeah. Those are all
two guys I'll look at. And then, there's some other good options. Drummond against Washington. I don't know if I pay 9.9 for Drummond tonight, to be honest with you. But Jokic against Phoenix. The only thing I'm hesitant on with Jokic, and we talked about it a little bit. I don't know if I want to play Will Barton, Gary Harris, and Nikola Jokic against Phoenix and have 3 Nuggets in my line.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go that route. That's just me, though. As of right now, I don't think I'm going to go that route. To kind of piggyback off your Whiteside thing, I don't watch a lot of Nets basketball, but they do go like they do that. At times they can go small, which would obviously bring Whiteside off the court. Then, I guess that's the one thing that would sort of maybe deteriorate for me from wanting to play him, just because his minutes are going to drop, obviously, but he's a pretty safe play, right? If the minutes are going to be there, so bad.
If the minutes are there, he's a point per minute monster. He's one of the best as far as he averages.
Exactly.
You know what he averages. Like let's say 1.5 DK points a minute or something.
I like it, man. I guess the only fear I would have is maybe if they go small on him, they might yank him off the court for that reason. But you think the guy's got to get a double tonight, right? Against us.
If he plays the minutes and then he gets his time on the court, I don't see how he doesn't.
But they're I would say before we kind of get off here, I would say look out for the LA situation. I know that Kuzma is playing, but there's some other spots there at point guard maybe you can look at, but Dan will have a great guide out this afternoon to kind of really show you guys where the spots are that you're going to want to either pay up for or that are guys that we're kind of honing in on cash and GPP. So
I do. Thanks for the shout out on that. I think it helped a little bit last night doing some lineups, but and one thing I want to say, Ingram is a game time decision tonight, so I don't know if we get that news.
Well,
I don't know if we get that news, but he didn't go through shoot around, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess. If I had to guess, which you don't want to do in this basketball.
Exactly. Yeah,
I would say that he's probably. It looks like he may not play, but who knows? But pay it. The good news is that if we don't get it, no one's gonna get it. If we get it, everyone gets it. So I guess that's the only positive on that. I
was just gonna say, if you wanted to take a gamble on a single entry and assume he's out, Josh Hart is an amazing play. Just because even though his price went up $1,000, whatever it is, you don't have KCP, you don't have Ball, and you don't have Ingram. And Hart's usage without Ingram is where he gets his point. A lot of people think, well, KCP's not going to be there, and Hart's a shooting guard. It's not how they use him. They don't use Hart. When he was at Villanova, he was a shooting guard shooter. When he plays for the Lakers, they bring Clarkson in to play shooting guard. Hart does not play shooting guard. I don't know. Someone mentioned that the other day. They were like, Hart's usage is going to go up without KCP. He's going to play shooting guard. They don't. They don't do that.
Yeah.
I've watched the games. I've seen it. They do not play him shooting guard.
No, that's a very valid point. That's a situation that I would look out for as much as you can to see what the Lakers are going to do. But there's other players in good spots. We're not really going to go into it too much because Daniel.
No, I'll put them on there. Yeah, I'll cover them. Yeah, for sure.
So we'll kind of get it out there for you. But those are guys we're sort of targeting. But it's 230 guys. Obviously, we know how the NBA is. There's so much that can change. That's why I think listening to the podcast now is good. But then we're definitely reading that the guide as it comes out because obviously that'll be a little bit more when you get some news. So.
Yeah, yeah, and I do want to say, we went out and we posted on the Twitter at DFS Eggheads.
Yeah,
we posted we got the Slack channel now, which we're doing the free Slack. It's basically just a community of people just talking basketball. And I was looking through it as we were on here. We got people just chatting it up there. People are talking golf. People are talking. Daily stuff. We've got the updates, filtered into there, so it just kind of comes up automatically, so you can get the news. The Slack is something free we're doing, and then the service plan which we'll offer, will have its own kind of premium Slack chat. But at DFS Eggheads on Twitter, if you want to sign up for that, just shoot us a message. We can get a hold of Chris or I on both of those. So we're on the Twitter page quite a bit, just monitoring things and posting stuff. But one last thing I wanted to mention, and I know we're going to do a video based on this off the single entry GPPs, because that's kind of what you focus on, and you have really good success doing that. We just want to do a video, and we'll post. I don't know if we'll do that tomorrow when we'll do it, but we'll post one, just kind of a strategy on how to do that. I've seen some people playing some plays off the the quick ref guide and having some success with it, and I've seen some people say, I played everybody on that sheet and it didn't work. And I just want to point out, that reference guide is to help you, when you're stuck between two people, if they're on there and they're viable and they fit, then you can go there. It's not, look at every single person on there and make a lineup of everybody that fits. It's not what it's for. So,
and if you do that, it's not really going to work that way. We'll kind of dive into that a little bit more, when we, we'll do another video, but, just to, sometimes the chalk is the right play at different spots. And, like the single entry is a lot different than doing a $3 50,000 man tournament.
Exactly.
Do what I do, and I'll kind of give you how I go about doing it. Daniel's going to give his way about doing it, and I think you'll have more success. When we kind of break it down for everybody.
Yeah. We'll do that. Tomorrow or Monday or whenever we do that. It'll be up shortly. It'll be on Twitter, and we'll. We'll kind of promote it a little bit, but it's some pretty good insight as far as how to attack single entry GPPs, and it's some pretty good stuff. Just talking it out since you've been playing them for years now. But good luck tonight. If you have any questions, like I said, you too, man. And like I said, DFS Eggheads on Twitter. You can follow us. You can DM us if you want to get into the Slack and just kind of talk sports. It's not just basketball. We're talking, football. We're talking golf. Baseball is almost here. Got my Braves hat on. So, man. So exciting stuff.
Man. Good luck tonight, and guys, just look out for the when the guy comes out, because it'll have a lot more players on there. And any questions at all, just hit us up, guys.
Yep, appreciate it. Good luck tonight, man.
Yeah, man. You too. Thanks.
All right. Yep.